Welcome back to another reading and correcting with me, Kindar, the Tiger Writes, and Ty, the Tiger Supervisor. These are where I read a chapter from one of my stories and correct it as I go. If you want to listen to these live, it's every Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time on Twitch, and if you are looking to support me, that is on my Patreon. Today we are doing chapter 14 of An Errant Dawn. Jason grabs my arm as I head for the exit. He'd wanted to talk with me after the meeting, but the colonel kept him as Claus and I were escorted away. Me to a room where I could rest until Humbert was ready with his preparation, Claus outside at his request. My room was guarded, but it had a shower. Derick, I need to know if you were honest when you said you aren't here to kill Amanda. I tense at the hand gripping my bicep, but control the impulse to wrench it away. He lets go. He knows I dislike being touched. He knows why. You don't trust me? I'm surprised. Jason knows me better than anyone other than Claus, and he was quick to trust me the last time I saw him. He searches my face. Me and Amanda inadvertently taught you about lying. You lied to Colonel Fallon when you rescued us. I don't know how good you've become at it. I'm not going to kill her, I state, and turn for the hatch. I stop as he reaches for me. He doesn't touch me, hesitating before lowering his hand. Don't kill her, please. I don't know why you care so much about her, Jason. I have trouble controlling my anger as I remember arguments I overheard them have. I lacked experience and context then to understand the full meaning of what was said, the tone used. She didn't treat you any better than she treated me. This isn't about her. He replies with a shake of the head. It's about you. If you kill her, it's going to change who you are. I narrow my eyes at him. Do you think I haven't killed a human before? The question surprises him. I don't know. But I know you. If you have, it was in the heat of battle. If you kill Amanda, it's going to be in cold blood. I don't understand how that's different, but Jason needs the comfort. I'm not going to kill her. For all that she deserves it, I can't seem to contemplate doing it. He relaxes and unslings the duffel bag off his right shoulder. I figure you'd want some equipment for the mission. I doubt Captain Humbert plans on giving you as much as a tissue. I take the bag and open it. Black reinforced fabric is the first item, and I smile as I take the trench coat out. I didn't bother with the shirt and pants. What you have on looks fine. I didn't want you to strip in public. I put the gloves on, then the gun belt. The weight of the holstered revolver is comfortable. The 3 boxes of radiated bullets go in the pocket. Then I clip the 2 folded swords to the belt and freeze at the last item in the bag, an axe. They're going to... Jason stepped back as I glare at him. Derick, it's... No, I stand. I will not supply you with soul stones. They aren't yours. Not that I need an axe any more to split demon bone. I expect him to argue, but he nods. It's not like I can force you to do it, even if you carry it. He takes the bag. Be careful. There are a lot more demons and people than you've dealt with before, not to mention those hybrids. And don't trust Humbert. He hasn't forgiven you for betraying them. I shrug. I'm not worried about him. If he tries to do something to me or Claus, I will kill him. Jason isn't happy with the answer. Just try not to be in that position. You don't want the army deciding you have to be taken out. I've avoided them for more than a year. I'm not worried. You've avoided Humbert, his team, and whatever friends he could convince to help him. That wasn't the military wanting you. Just him on a personal vendetta. Fallon is about the only one who understands the worth and danger you represent, and she was fine letting you go. Give her a reason, and she will send everything she has after you. I consider his words, and if it if this is really him worrying about me or passing a message along, 2 years ago, I'd know the answer. But like me, Jason has changed. Tell her I won't kill Humbert unless he forces my hand. If that isn't enough for her, they can hunt me and pay the price. I walk away before he can reply. The outside is lit by spotlights, hiding the night sky in their brightness. I hadn't realized night had come. I look up and can only see hint of one or two of the two moons. Hey, look at that. One of the soldiers standing with Humbert says, if it isn't the captain's favorite person. The voice is familiar, but I don't recognize him. The men and women standing on either side of him and Humbert share an angry expression when they look at me. The 8 others look at me with curiosity. They wear black body armor with a machine gun strapped to the front. One carries a case, while another has a pack on her back, and her helmet has added devices on it. You're late, Humbert says. I wait in silence. A few seconds later, they step back as Claus lands next to me. His form shrinks, becomes more human, finalizing into someone a head taller than me with a trench coat and hood hiding his non-human face. Yeah, the man who greeted me says, stretching the word. That's not creepy at all. Cap, we sure this is a good idea? No, Klein, we most definitely are not, Humbert answers through clenched teeth. But the colonel prefers to take Gord's advice over any of us who have actually been in the field, so we're stuck with this. Sucks to be you, Cap. Humbert glares at him. Why do I put up with you again? The man snorts. Because putting up with me is the only thing that tells those greens there something resembling humanity still is in that still there's something resembling humanity still in that cold heart of yours. That's that's starting to sound suspiciously like insubordination, Klein. Humbert says without taking his eyes off me. Klein looks horrified. No disrespect intended, sir. I swear it, sir. Humbert rolls his eyes and points to the darkness beyond the spotlight. Get your ass and everyone else is loaded up before I decide to leave you behind, Klein. Yes, sir. Klein gives a salute. You've heard the man. Load up unless you prefer staying behind and missing all the fun we're gonna have. He gives Humbert a grin, then runs off as if his life depends on it. The two who don't like me follow him, the other 8 doing the same as after a slight hesitation. As he looks back in my direction, Humbert's smile vanishes. Being able to smell his emotion, what I know of human behavior, doesn't help me understand what happened. Humbert is amused at Klein's behavior, yet threatened to leave him behind. This must fall into one of the multiple things Jason tried to teach me during his long courses on human interactions. Come on, Humbert says, annoyed. As much as I'd want to, I can't leave behind. He turns and heads in the other direction without looking back. Why aren't any of you wearing protection against the sickness? I ask, when I fall in step next to him. He coughs. We're about to throw ourselves in the middle of a hive of demons, hybrids, and whoever's working with them. It's kind of late for me to worry about catching some mysterious sickness, and it's impossible to fight properly in those containment suits. Soon as we are away from the intense light, I make out the destination and have to force myself to continue, stopping only when I'm next to the helicopter, when I have to contemplate stepping into it. This close to the city, I say, going on foot will be stealthier. Claw stands behind me, a low rumble offering comfort and security. Are you scared of this little defenseless helicopter? Klein asks mockingly. He gives an exaggerated shudder when I glare at him. How do you reckon the 12 of us, Humbert says, plus you two can fight their way through an army of guarding that tower and not attract attention? Not to mention how long that's going to take. The mission is in and out, just like last time. Only this time I'm not trusting you to prepare the way for us. You're sticking to me like shit under my foot, and I'll scrape you off the instant you become a liability. Am I making myself clear? Now, tell your guard dog to stop growling unless you want me to put an irradiated bullet between its eyes. Claw's growling increases in response to the threat, but the undertone doesn't change. Claus takes Humbert as seriously as I do, still places a hand on his arm, and he quiets back to a low rumble. Good to know you can control it. For a while there, I thought you were its bitch. I don't know what he means, so I simply continue to glare. Cap, Klein calls as we glare at one another. As much fun as it is to watch you, as it be to watch you kick his ass, we're on the clock. Just put the damn leash on him and pull him in. We have a party to get to. Humbert grinds his teeth and climbs in. Get in or stay here, he says, smiling. The colonel can't bitch at me if you're the one who decides not to come, so please give in to your fear of heights. Snaps his finger. You wanted to walk to the tower, so why don't the two of you... I climb in. Klein shakes his head. What have I told you about being nicer to strange people, Cap? Are we going to have to go over the courses on social Shut up, Klein. I sit, facing Humbert as Claus reaches for the top of the opening, arms stretching to twice their previous length. The helicopter leans to the side as he pulls himself in. What the hell? A voice says over the intercom. Captain Humbert, I was told I was transporting people. What did you just put in my bird? A tank? The helicopter still lists as Claus takes the seat next to mine. Humbert flicks a button next to the speaker. If you have a complaint, take it up with the Colonel, Fallon. Take it up with Colonel Fallon. Take us up. I don't even know if I can, the voice says. Then there's the click of the intercom being shut off. The blades spin up to speed and their noise increase. The others take a headset hanging from the wall over their heads as Humbert pulls the sliding door close. I put my headset on and the volume decreases slightly, but remains uncomfortably loud. Helicopter shudders, then jerks up. I tense, grabbing onto the seat. I know this is safe. I have flown in one before, and that trip lasted hours. This will be much shorter, so it'll be fine. The plastic cracks in my grip. My hand relaxes before it registers. I am wrapped in calm. I am safe, it says. I am protected. Even if I can't hear claws rumbling over the noise of the spinning blades, the undertone still reaches me. I open my eyes to Humbert's disappointed expression. We're at altitude, Captain. The pilot's voice comes over the headset. Whatever you loaded my bird with wasn't enough to ground us. Glad to hear it, Humbert replies dryly. Now go stealth and take us to the target. The helicopter tilts and the noise diminishes to the point I barely make it out. I remove the headset and it increases a fraction. Humbert smirks at me. Still think your way is better? He says, motioning for me to put the headset back on. We're high enough, he continues, once I have it back on. Even demons can't hear it. They're going to see its heat, I counter. Nope, the underside is covered with the best shielding available, and all the heat is redirected above us. The blades disperse it as it leaves the exhaust. That means we won't be heard or seen. Also, the insertion point isn't being watched. The rooftop? Is the only place that justifies flying to it. I am so glad they taught you a thing or two about tactics, Humbert says with a roll of the eyes. You know, instead of just setting you loose on demons like the animal you are. Do you have any information about the insides? I ask, instead of acknowledging the jab. He shakes his head. The blueprints are so old, there's no way they're accurate. The walls are thick stone and brick to block sonar pretty block. The walls are thick stone and brick, block sonar pretty well. Sergeant Koplar's our mapper. She's got her drones and we'll know the layout of every floor minutes after we open the door to it. Sonar, the woman says, as if the air ducts are large enough for them. The helicopter slows. Captain, we're approaching the target. As per order, I'm not touching down. You are jumping out and I'm leaving, returning only once you signal. You heard the pilot. Be ready the moment he gives the signal. Koplar, have your drone ready. Denise, you're in charge of cutting our entry point and setting up the ladder, so you get the honor of showing us how to jump out. Sure thing, Captain, a different woman answers. Out, the pilot yells. Humbert slides the door open and the two soldiers are out before I stand. The helicopter is no more than my height away from the roof. I step up. The helicopter wobbles hard once Claus is out of it, then steadies. By the time everyone is on the roof and the helicopter is flying away, the glass is removed from the skylight in the center of the roof. Drones fly out of the pack the woman had on. Pack. Yeah, this is old. On the woman. Throw fly out of the large pack on the woman's pack, making barely any sound, and they vanish into the building. The clunk of metal ladder extending down greets us when we reach the skylight. This is deeper than expected, Koplar said, looking through an eyepiece. By the numbers I'm getting, I'd say they converted the last 2 floors into a single one. Down we go, Humbert orders, then turns to me. You two are last. I don't want you breaking this only way in and out. I step off the ledge and fall into the building. I land and take out the revolver, scanning the space around the ladder. The walls are sections of sheet metal, each the same width, floor to ceiling. A corridor on three of the a corridor on 3 of the walls. What the? A corridor on 3 of the wall? A corridor on 3 of the walls extend into darkness. Our only exit from this room. A corridor on a corridor on 3 of the wall. Okay, what the hell was I meaning here? Um, a corridor on 3 of the wall extends into darkness. Our only exit. What the hell did I mean here? On 3 of the walls. You know what? I don't. Corridor extends the darkness. Our only exit from this room. I have no idea what I meant there. Claus silently lands next to me and drops to all 4. Many of my kind, he says, sniffing the air. Recent. Humans. Afraid. You just can't follow orders, can you? Humbert demands once he and the others have joined us. Load up, he orders. On standby. The soldiers take a vial out of a case at their belt and slide it into the dispenser on their left forearm. Unlike the last time, these are built into the armor. Klein, Humber says without turning around, I swear, if you open your mouth to ask if you can activate it now, I'm telling the demon to throw you out the skylight. The man's mouth closes with a click of teeth against teeth. Koplar? Humber asks. I have a path to the door at what should be the edge of the floor, but I don't have the whole thing yet. This place looks like a damned maze. Call your drone backs. We have the exit. That's all we need. Humbert shines a light through the walls. Hopefully, the other floors aren't going to be like this. The woman's comment and the scents permeating the air tell me what this floor is used for, and I am not comfortable with the implications. Koplar, you have lead position. Klein, you, Jurgen, Matilda, and Omar have rear guard. Everyone else between you and me and the 2 armies. If I give the word, the 6 of you are to open fire with everything you have, and don't worry about hitting me. Humbert smiles at me. I hope that makes your situation clear. I ignore him as I step behind Koplar. The corridors are large enough a demon can expend their form as they hunt and not worry about being boxed in. We pass multiple corridors, most of which I can see turn into intersections, many dead ends, and a few open spaces. We slow when Coplar indicates the exit ahead. A few seconds later, a door is visible at the edge of the beam. It creaks open, and the lights are turned off. We hunker down, guns raised, waiting for an attack. The expected motion in the light from beyond the door is low to the ground, and I can't understand what I'm seeing as it approaches. Is that a kid? Someone asks when the form is halfway to us. It loses its balance and falls on its rear. It does look like those I have seen in cities, but this one wears a medical gown. It laughs and bounces in place. Nobody moves. Humbert orders in a whisper. This could be a trap. Claus steps around the soldier, almost sliding on the ground like a slitherer. The child giggles and reaches for him. I follow him, curious about what a child is doing here. Claus picks it up, sniffing. When I reach them, I catch the scent too. Demon. And not a scent that adheres to it. It's the child's scent. Steps come from the other door. The other door? Other side. Other side. Other side of the door, Arch-Soul shoes, approaching. Jezebel? A man calls out in a loud whisper. Jezebel, where are you? What have I told you about getting out of your crib? The man bursts through the door, pushing it open all the way, and lets out a shriek of fear in time with the sound of the racking of machine guns. And that concludes chapter 17 of An Errant Dawn. If you are enjoying this, please leave a like. If you want to know when the next chapter will be up, subscribe and hit the bell. If you want to read this story as well as the other two books in the trilogy, they are available on Kindle Unlimited. If you want to support me in a different way and get access to basically everything else I've written, that is on my Patreon. And if you want to listen to these live, it's every Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time on Twitch and YouTube. Links are in the notes. And with that, I shall wish you a good day.